Circle round. Great. All right. Get ready for another wonderful podcast adventure. Again, my name's Amy McDonald. Just want to start off by thanking our sponsors who are in the lobby, PNC Bank, Brave Good Kind, and Weston Nurseries. And they're giving away swag and little treats, so feel free to stop by their tables. After Tumble Science for Kids, Lindsay and Marshall will be at their table giving away swag, and you can meet them, and I'm sure they'll be taking pictures as well. So with no further ado, get ready for a jungle extravaganza.
Hello, thank you all for coming. I am Lindsay.
And I'm Marshall, and I'd love to hear you guys. Yeah, woo! Wait. Oh my goodness! That's amazing. Can we all match that level of enthusiasm, please? Let's hear it. Woo! That was great, but not quite matched. Do it again! Woo! All right. That's great. Mighty crowd. I love it. So I'm Marshall. Welcome to Tumble Live. Woo! In this show, we are going to explore stories of science discovery, but also play some games, sing some songs, and be physically in front of you instead of just in your ears like we normally are. We live out in three-dimensional space, too. I didn't know you know that.
We are real people, not just disembodied voices. And now there's proof because we're here in front of you, and today we're performing an animal extravaganza. So we do a lot of episodes about animals, and in every episode, we learn so much stuff that we can't actually fit into the episode. And now is our chance to really let loose with the animal facts.
So we're going to take you from animals in your home to animals in the furthest polar regions, and something that all of us animals can relate to.
Yes. And first, we're going to start with one of the most common pets we find in people's homes. And we have so many questions about them, like, do they like us?
Do they even? You knew right away. What is it? Let's say it loud. What's the animal that we don't know if they like us, even though we feed them all the time? Cats. We had like a big reveal where we were going to be like, who knows? What is it? But
who
like,
even
no
knows what animal we keep in our homes? That
all right, so
is
can we see the reveal of the animal we're talking about? There we go.
Yeah.
Woo!
So one of the things we do, as you know, if you've listened to the show, is take questions from kids all over the world. And one of the questions that we've gotten that I really loved is, how and why do cats purr? And if we've learned one thing from hosting a science podcast for kids, it's that there's no simple questions, only interesting answers and interesting kind of answers.
So one of the crazy things we learned is that every cat species there is can only roar or purr. So that inspired us to make up a game that we'd like to play, and we need a volunteer to come up and join us on stage to play this game with us. Someone do you know what? You were like the first cat person, so come on up. Come on up. Let's hear it. Okay, so real quick, can you tell me what your name is?
Alessandra.
Alessandra, that's a beautiful name. That's wonderful. What grade are you in?
Second.
Second grade. And what's your favorite thing about second grade?
I like art class.
You like art class. Are you like a drawer or a painter?
I like both.
Ooh, oh, that's great. All right, let's hear it for Alessandra, everybody. All right, so Alessandra, if you're ready, we're going to play a game called Does It Purr or Does It Roar? What we're going to do is we're going to show an animal species, and it's your job to figure out if it's a purr-er or a roar-er. Can you say that 10 times fast?
Purr or roar.
Oh my God.
That's pretty good.
You're
That's
very
pretty
good.
Okay, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes.
Positive?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's hear it. The first animal we have for you is this one, the tiger, orange, stripy, dangerous, claws. Don't pet it, but if you pet it, will it purr? What do you think? Purr or roar?
Or will it roar?
Roar.
Roar. Okay, Alessandra thinks it's a roar. Let's see what the video shows. Does it roar or does it purr?
Oh, it is making an angry face.
Yeah, that's like a lot scarier when you're standing on stage, by the way.
I know, it looks like it's about to come out at us.
This is the closest I have ever been to a tiger. Okay,
It's as close as I
Alessandra,
wanna be.
you got it right. Woo! Let's hear it for Alessandra. Well done. Okay, are you ready for the next cat? Are you sure?
Yes.
See, I'm just going to keep doing this 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. It's annoying now. All right, let's see the next animal. A Siberian lynx. Ooh, interesting. It lives in Siberia, which is a region in Russia, which is very cold.
It is brown.
It comes up to an adult's knee about. Does an animal that size purr or does it roar?
Purr.
She thinks it might purr. Well, let's see. Let's find out. Let's see the video. And here it is, the biggest house cat you've ever seen. Purring. One piece of advice, all children out here, these are wild animals. Don't pet them if you ever encounter them, unless you're a trained professional.
You can notice that she has had some scratches too.
Her arms have been through some stuff. Okay. So let's hear it for Alessandra. She's 2 for 2. All right. So we have 5 of these, which means if you get the next one, you definitely win, and then you're just going for extra credit. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
She's doing so well.
All right, let's see the next animal, and let's find out. Ooh.
Does everybody know what this is?
It's a black panther.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, we have a lot of people who know what this is. It's a black panther. Black panthers, they live in jungles. Do they purr in the jungle or do they roar in the jungle?
Roar.
She thinks they're a roarer. Let's find out if she's right. You can usually tell because there are no hands in the video. See, again, scary to be on stage. All right, let's hear it for Alessandra. She's 3 for 3. You've definitely won the game. I love that that's great. Okay. You ready for the next one? Yes? All right, let's find out. What's the next one? Okay, this is an animal that has a lot of different names. It is called a mountain lion, a puma, a cougar, or my favorite one, a catamount. Has anyone ever heard it called a catamount before? Okay, a few people from wherever in the United States it is that name is used. Okay, it is definitely a dangerous animal if you see it on a trail in the wilderness, but does it purr if you manage to pet it?
I think roar.
You think roar. She thinks roars. Let's find out. Does the puma, cougar, catamount, mountain lion?
Oh, there's another scratched up hand in that video.
So mountain lions actually, believe it or not, purr, and they also meow. So isn't that crazy? They meow. Okay, that's great. So you're 3 out of 4. I think you're still on a good roll. Are you? There's one more, the final cat. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay.
It is one of the greatest cats and definitely the fastest.
Yeah. Who knows what this is? Give me a big raised hand. Okay, everybody call out on the count of 3. What is this animal? 1, 2, 3.
Cheetah.
Okay, some of you jumped the gun, so we're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3. All right. That is a cheetah. A cheetah is the fastest runner in the world. They can run more than 70 miles an hour, and they have those beautiful spots. But do they roar or do they purr?
Final
Alessandra,
question.
what do you think? This is the final question.
I think they purr.
She thinks they purr. She thinks they purr. You've already won the game, so this is just extra credit at this point. Let's find out. Does it purr?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. And if you dye your hair blonde, you too can be an eccentric man.
You
petting a
have no,
cheetah.
Marshall. You have to have the hat too. It does not
You also
work
need
without
the hat and the uniform. You need the whole deal. All right,
So-
let's hear it for Alessandra, everybody. She's won our game. Alessandra, if you come see us at the merch table, we will give you a free notebook at the end of this for being such a good sport with us. All right, let's hear it for Alessandra. You can go ahead and return to your seats.
Okay,
All right.
the man petting this cheetah is actually a scientist that we talked to for our show. His name is Robert Eklund. He is Swedish and also the owner of the website purring.org. And he is one of the foremost purring experts in the world, I think it is fair to say. And he told us that there is no definitive answer as to how cats purr, and no answer as to why some can purr and some can roar, but they can't do both. They're hard to study.
Yeah, cats are really hard to study. As anyone who has tried to get a cat into a carrier, you know that they really don't like to cooperate. So putting them in the MRI machine to figure out what they're doing inside their bodies while they're purring is basically impossible.
It's impossible. And so this would allow them to see how the purring mechanism worked, but cats are just like, no, thank you. But why cats purr is another question. Does anybody have any idea as to why cats purr? Yes, you in the front. That is such an excellent answer. He said communication.
Communication. What about you? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
So
good.
to tell
I could go like-
somebody that you like them.
yeah, that would actually
Okay.
be. We humans should adopt that
In the
trait,
blue
I think.
striped shirt.
I think maybe it's so they can tell you, like, keep doing it, keep doing it. I like
Yes, yes. And in the red shirt.
being kind.
Being kind.
That's
And they're
all
being
great.
kind to us people, right? Until they decide not to anymore.
Until they decide they're done, and then they're not going to be kind anymore.
All right, so we know that cats don't purr just when they're happy. They purr for all kinds of communication. So one scientist I talked to knew this very well. Her name is Karen McCombs, and she had a cat named Peppo who every morning would wake her up with a very loud purr that sounded almost angry, and he would not stop until she got out of bed and got him breakfast. And she found this to be very annoying, so she asked around to find out if anybody else's cat did this. Does anybody in the audience who has a cat have this kind
do they
of
do
cat
a
behavior?
breakfast purr? Just raise your hand if your cat purrs at you loudly. This is apparently a thing that happens that cats do.
Yeah. And so what Karen decided to do to test out why this happens is get the other people to record the sound of their cat purrs. So basically, she gave them a recording device. They would go to sleep with it next to them. And then when the cat came in to purr them awake for breakfast, they'll have to like really hit the record button fast to record it for the study. And so we have those sounds that they recorded for the study right here with thanks to our cat with sunglasses.
Yes. So one of them is the breakfast purr, and one of them is a I'm just okay with what you're doing and keep doing it, I'm happy purr. And we're going to play them both and see if you can tell the difference and which is which. So can we hear the first happy purr? Oh, shoot, I gave it away. Never mind, just the regular purr.
It's pretty obvious. All right.
Okay. And the second purr, can you tell what this purr's about? There's the breakfast
All right.
purr. That purr is angrily saying, "Feed me now."
I won't stop until you do. So Karen actually analyzed the sound of this purr and found that it was exactly the same as the sound of an infant crying for food. So basically, cats have hacked us. They've copied behaviors that we respond to so that they can get what they want from their owners, or maybe just the people that live with them and do their will. So cats are the only pet that domesticated itself, which means like they decided they're gonna come live with us, And so Marshall wrote a song about that.
Yeah, so this is a song about the story of how cats domesticated themselves. And we'll see if when my amp decides to turn on. In the meantime, oh dear. Beautiful. All right, so here's a song called Oh, Mr. Cat, all about how cats domesticated themselves and then their subsequent behavior did not show that they were all that well domesticated in the first place. Thousands of years ago, maybe in Egypt, a cat first lived with a man. It ate all the mice, so the guy decided to keep it, and that's when his troubles began. This cat, you see, was an ordinary cat, and cats weren't meant to be tame. But it ate all the mice, so the guy decided to keep it, and this became his sole refrain. Oh, Mr. Cat, I provide you with food, a nice house, and a warm bed. I always treat you so nicely, no, I've never been rude. I give you milk and I scratch your head. The first day after the cat had arrived, it sat on its new owner's lap. This is nice, the man thought, I like this new pet, and that's when he got his first scratch. Ow, he said, I thought we were friends, but the cat just stared and stared. Okay, the man said, I won't pet you anymore, but it's not clear the cat even cared. Oh, Mr. Cat, I provide you with food, a nice house, and a warm bed. I always treat you so nicely, no, I've never been rude. I give you milk and I scratch your head. Oh, Mr. Cat, we could be the closest of friends, and sometimes I think you feel the same. But then you attack me and you puke in my sheets, and I know that you'll never be tame. When everyone saw how effective the cat was, everyone wanted one. It ate all the mice, and people all thought that that was something they needed done. In a couple of years, every house had a cat. Some even had 2 or 3. But there was one drawback to this little plan, 'cause everywhere people would scream. Oh, Mr. Cat, I provide you with food, a nice house, and a warm bed. I always treat you so nicely, give you no cause to be rude, but you're only ever mean instead. Oh, Mr. Cat, ooh, I wish that you liked me. I wish that you'd stop playing this game. But then you just scratch me and you pee in the sheets, and I know that you'll never be tame. I know that you'll never be tame. I know that you'll never be tame.
All right. So we said before that cats are hard to study, but there is another way to see inside of a cat, which is to look at its DNA. Does anyone know what DNA is?
Ooh, there's you in the front. What is DNA?
Basically, like the building blocks that make someone like who they are. Like for me, having brown hair.
Oh yeah. Okay. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you want to join us up on stage?
Okay.
Are you willing to do something really silly though?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, come on up. Oh, can your sister come? Yeah, you guys can both come. Why not? We're going to ultimately need four volunteers, so now we have 2. That's great. Okay. Should we give them the signs? Okay, so DNA. Well, does anyone else have any ideas what DNA might be? Anyone else want to say? And also, don't raise your hand unless you're willing to come up on stage and do something silly. All right. Daniel, come on, join
Come
us
on
up on
up.
stage. Okay, and let's see. You with the cat ears. DNA makes you unique. Yeah. Okay. Well, come on up on stage. So DNA is a chemical that's like the code for all living things. Every living thing has DNA in its cells, and the code of DNA is made up of 4 different chemicals that are labeled with letters. We have our A, our T, our G, and our C, which all stand for words that are complicated that I can't pronounce. Now,
That's why they only go by the first letter of their names.
so when Lindsay talked to one of the scientists for one of our episodes this year, she mentioned something about DNA being...
The dance of life. The line dance of life, actually.
So we figured we would invent a dance for DNA. Are you all ready to do the DNA dance? Yeah? Okay.
All right, and everybody in their seats can participate too, and you'll see how.
Yeah, we will show you. Okay, so the DNA line dance, or the line dance of life, is very simple because we're not very good dancers. So the first thing you have to do is take a step to the left. Can we all do that?
That's the left.
Okay, let's try that again. Take a step back. Everybody this way. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now that you've done that once, we're going to do that again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, and now, so that nobody falls off the stage, which I think we're in danger of doing, we're going to go back to the right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And right again. Okay, good. We're halfway there. Well done. Well done. Can we hear a round of applause for our 4 volunteers? Okay, now volunteers, do you guys think you can remember that so far? Okay, let's try it. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Left,
Left,
right, right. Okay, not bad, not bad. I was expecting that to take a lot longer. Actually, okay, bigger round of applause for that. That was pretty good. Okay, after you've done that, it is very simple. We do a heel. And back. Oh, you do that. Oh, perfect. And then back, and then heel again. Oh, no, wait, sorry, other heel.
Other heel.
Other heel. See, I told you I was a bad dancer. And then back, and then first heel, and back, and second heel, and back. Okay, can we try just the heels? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Heel, 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 heel. All right, you guys are great. Great. Round of applause again. Come on.
Let's call them the DNA dance squad because they're
our
already
DNA
so
dance squad.
well coordinated.
That's great. We can call them the double helixes. Yeah. Okay, ready? So let's try and put all that together. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left, left, and right, and heel, 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 heel. All right, should we try that with music? Yeah. Tech, can we have music, please? Ready? There we go. Ready? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left, left, and right, right, and heel, 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 and stop. Okay, that was great. Okay, now, of course, if it were that simple, we wouldn't make a show out of it because that's all there is to it. Now, each of you folks on stage, let's start with Mr. A here. Mr. A, can you remind me what your name is?
Daniel.
Daniel, and how old are you, Daniel?
6.
You're 6 years old, and are you in school right now?
You mean like in this year or like at this moment?
This year.
Yes.
Okay, at this moment.
This
if
is
you were
not
in
school.
this
I
would be
don't
amazing.
think
Yeah, that would be an amazing school. Okay. So now, Daniel, as Mr. A, your job is to come up with a motion that we can all do for A. Are you ready? Can you come up with a motion for me? Any kind of movement. We could just be standing still.
Very silly one.
Of course, the sillier the better,
Especially
man. Come
silly.
on. Okay. Eek. Okay. All right. So now, everybody, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the line dance of life to music, and then I'm going to call out A, And then everybody in the theater, adults included, do the A motion. Okay, here we go. Can we have the music, please? All right, we ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. And left, left, and right, right, and heel, 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 A. All right. That was great. That was great. Okay. And now, the only thing I know about you so far, here, let me get in between Daniel and your hair is sticky.
They are made out of duct
We
tape
made the
by
straps
hand.
out of duct tape, so.
We're
Okay.
working through this, okay? Thank you.
So Ms. T, what is your name?
Olivia.
Olivia. Olivia, how old are you, Olivia?
6.
You're 6. Okay. And your T, what's your silly motion going to be? Okay.
Head tap.
All right.
Butt tap,
All right. So
head
real quick,
tap.
everybody practice. A, T. Okay. And let's see. Older sibling.
My name is Aaron.
Hello, Aaron. What's I gave you the mic and didn't ask a question. What grade are you in?
I'm in 3rd grade.
3rd grade. Do you like 3rd grade?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, are you ready for a silly motion? Okay, so what's your G motion? Okay, just
Hop forward and back.
hop forward and back. That's a good cardio workout. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So real quick, practice everybody. A, T, and G. All right. We're doing good. Okay, you know what's coming, right? You've been preparing. What is your name?
Adeline.
Adeline? Okay. So Adeline, what grade are you in?
1st grade.
1st grade. That's a good grade. Are you learning to read this year?
Yes.
Reading is
Reading.
You're very good at reading? That's fantastic. Reading is the best, isn't it?
Yes.
I agree. Okay, are you ready for your silly motion? Okay, what is it?
Oh.
Okay.
It's the underwater swimmer.
Yeah. All right, that's good. Okay, everybody, practicing. Here we go. A, T, G, and C. That is great. Can you all give yourselves a hand for just how awesome that is? Okay, and let's all come a few steps forward so everybody can see you nice and good. Okay, so one of the things about DNA is it is a massive and long chain of these 4 chemical bases that goes on forever and ever and ever. So what we're going to do in our line dance of life is start calling out a code of DNA, and each of us are going to have to do the motions as the code is called. Are we ready to do that? Can I get a more enthusiastic, yes, I'm ready to do that? All right, that's fantastic. Okay, can we have the music, please? All right, we ready to do the dance? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and left, left, and right, right, and heel, 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 and now A, T, G, C. Okay, and now let's go back to left, 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 right, right, and heel, 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 and A, T, G, and C. Okay, and now we're gonna go left one more time, then it's gonna get hard. Here we go, left, left, right, right, and heel, 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 and A, T, A again, G, C, A, T, G, C, I'm forgetting them, A, T, T, A again, C, G, G, A, okay, and everybody stop, let's give them a round of applause. Okay. Can we hear a round of applause for all 4 of our
DNA Dance Squad, the double helixes.
the double helixes. Yeah, if you want to take off your letters, go ahead and put them over by the guitar, and you may return to your seat.
Don't play the guitar.
Well, that's okay.
Thank you, guys. Amazing job.
Okay. So now that we've got you all warmed up, it's time to go someplace very cool.
We got to cool down. I mean, I am sweating after this.
Yeah, I'm actually seriously sweating. Okay.
So, for one episode that we did about polar bears, we talked to a scientist who studies polar bears named Andrew DeRoche, and he sent us a video of him at work, which we're going to play now.
So this is what work looks like if you're a polar bear scientist.
Yes. So that is a polar bear that they have just put to sleep for about 2 hours so that they can actually approach this massive, he described it as pony-sized bear and collect DNA and then put a collar on it to monitor it throughout the winter and just keep track of how polar bear populations are doing in the Arctic. And by the time this bear wakes up, the scientists are going to be long gone, and it's going to feel like a very weird polar bear dream.
So polar bears are some of the coolest animals in the Arctic, but they are not the only animals in the Arctic or in either polar region. There are a bunch of different animal species that we've learned about in our show that live in the Arctic on the North Pole or the Antarctic on the South Pole. So inspired by that, we're doing another game. So we need another volunteer to come join us up on
volunteer.
stage. A fresh volunteer. You in the black and white stripes. Why
Or
don't you
those
come up and
navy
join
and
us?
white. Oh my gosh, she is very striped.
Those are wonderful. Here, come to the center of the stage, right up here. Okay. And tell me, what is your name?
Gemma,
Gemma. You know, one of my favorite students of all time was named Gemma. Did you know that?
because I am Gemma.
You, you are that student reincarnated. That's terrific. So how old are you, Gemma?
7.5.
You're 7.5. And what grade are you in?
Second,
You're in second grade. And what's your favorite subject in second grade?
Gem.
Gym. Gym's a good subject. I like it. Now, do you know anything about animal sounds?
Yes.
Like, what sound does a cow make?
Moo.
Okay, how about an armadillo?
I don't know.
So the game you're going to play is what does the blank say? So can we have the next slide? What does the blank say? Now what we're going to do, Gemma, is we are going to play for you an animal sound, and it's your job to guess what animal it is out of the options we give you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, let's see our next slide. And here's our first animal sound. You ready? Give it a good listen. Maybe, do you need to hear that again?
That did not even sound like an animal.
Let's play it one more time for it. Let's see if we can get more animal-y.
It is not quack quack, is it?
Yeah, it's not quack quack, moo moo. Okay, so
We're
we're
gonna
going to
have
give you
some
some options. You don't just have to guess. Okay, so now there are 4 possible animals this could be. Is it a polar bear? Is it a narwhal? Is it a Weddell seal who live in Antarctica? Or is it a spaceship?
I call that a spaceship-a-mall.
She thought I said animals. Could the spaceship maybe be there to trick you? I don't know. So what do you think? What do you think, Gemma? Is it polar bear, narwhal, Weddell seal, or spaceship?
Narwhal.
You think narwhal? That's a pretty good guess. But maybe guess again.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's find out. The next slide should show a video of this animal making its sound. There's a Weddell seal, and that is actually the sound that they make. You did not know that? Did you learn something new then today?
Yes.
Okay, that's your thing for today. You don't need to learn anything else. Well done. Okay, so Gemma, you missed that one, but you still have 2 more chances. Are you ready for the next one? Okay. All right, let's hear the next sound. What on earth does that sound like? Before we show you the options, what do you think?
I don't.
No idea. A train. It sounds like a train, doesn't it? Well, let's give up the options. What do you think? The first one is it a fishing boat? Is it a walrus? Is it an Arctic tern? Or is it an Arctic fox? What do you think? Fishing boat, walrus, tern, or fox?
We'll narrow it down.
I can narrow it down for you.
No.
What? You don't think it's the walrus?
No.
All right. Well, so all we know is it's not a walrus. Can we see what animal is actually making this sound?
It's a walrus whistling. Who here has seen a walrus whistle at a whistling contest as they're clearly having right here?
Wait, Gemma, can you say that again?
That makes no sense. A walrus can whistle.
That makes no sense that a walrus can whistle. And the thing I find funniest is they do it exactly the way that we do it.
Their lips look like human lips, and their whiskers are better than human whiskers.
Definitely better than human whiskers. All right, Gemma, are you ready for one more try? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, here's our last polar animal. What do you think it sounds like, Gemma?
Kind of like a bird.
Kind of like a bird.
Ooh.
Well, let's see what our options are. This could be a snowy owl.
Ooh.
It could be an orca. It could be an emperor penguin. No, not a penguin. Or a puffin. What do you think, Gemma?
Orca.
You think orca?
Heard an orca sound.
You think you've heard an orca sound before? Well, that's a pretty good guess. But can we see the answer? It was a snowy owl. What, does that make no sense? Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. Well, can we hear a round of applause for Gemma? And Gemma,
Great job.
since you've been such a good sport, just like everyone who's been on stage, which I forgot to mention this for our dancers, come to our booth afterwards. We will give you a free notebook for being such a good sport. All right, let's hear it for Gemma.
Let's also hear it for whistling walruses.
Okay.
All right, so for our final segment, we are going to head into the ocean. And this is a jellyfish, and you might think that this next one is related, but it's not. This is a comb jelly, and it is a completely different animal from a jellyfish. So if you can play the video, you'll see it's got these combs that are running up and down its body, and they've got flashing lights on them, which is just like this is a disco animal, basically. And you might think that's the coolest thing about them, but it's not, because this animal has a very unique way of pooping. One of the most unique ways of pooping in the world, if not the most, because when it needs to get rid of its waste, not a mouth, it actually opens up a brand new hole in its body, shoots the waste out, and then it closes up seamlessly, so you could never tell that it was there. And scientists, at least one of them, have called this a sometimes butt, which inspired us to our core, and so we decided to write a song about it. And in the next slide, we want you to sing along because we've added a dance that obviously we can't do in the podcast, but we can do now that we're all together in a room. So get ready. We're going to teach you the chorus and the dance motions so we can all sing and dance along.
To the greatest song ever written,
About butts that disappear. Definitely number one in that
So the
category.
chorus has a few lines. The first line is, "It's a sometimes but." Can you guys all sing that with me, please? Ready, 2, 3. It's a sometimes but. That was amazing. Okay, this is like the pinnacle of my career right now. It's all downhill from here. There's no way I'm ever going to have an experience better than this. Okay, can we do that again, please? Ready, 1, 2, 3. Because it's a sometimes but. All right.
Okay, and when we say this, we're going to put our hands out and we're going to shake them to show that it's only sometimes.
It's like an iffy.
It's iffy.
All right, let's try that all
there.
together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Because it's a sometimes but. That was amazing. Okay, the next line. It's there when you need to poo.
And for this one, we're going to have our hands up and go down to kind of flow. Flow it out.
All right, should we put those together? Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Because it's a sometimes but. It's there when you need to poo. Perfect. And the next line goes, sometimes it turns on and later it's gone. Let's just do that for now. So, sometimes it turns on and later it's gone.
Okay, and for the motion, we're going to bring our hands up in front of us like this and open them out for sometimes it's on. On is open, and then later it's gone, close it up.
All right, let's do all that just so far. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Because it's a sometimes, but there when you need to poo. Sometimes it turns on, but later it's gone. Perfect. And what's our next motion for out like?
All right, when we have our hands up like this, we're going to bring it up and then bring it down by our sides.
And the line goes, out like a light when you left the loo. Just like that. Okay, can we do that whole first half of the chorus together? Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 'Cause it's a sometimes, but there when you need to poo. Sometimes it turns on, but later it's gone. Out like a light when you leave the loo. Yes, it's a perfect.
And then it repeats.
The motions repeat, though the words are slightly different. All right, are we ready to do the whole chorus all together as a group? Here we go. Oh, well, let's hear a round of applause for that. That's woo. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 'Cause it's a sometimes, but there when you need to poo. Sometimes it turns on, later it's gone. Out like a light when you leave the loo. Yes, it's a sometimes, but that's what some creatures do. It's there when you need it, when you've been feeding, but gone in a flash after you made a poo.
Amazing. Right. This is my life's dream.
Did you ever imagine that you'd be doing this on public radio? Okay. So here we go. Let's just do the song then.
Yeah.
Lindsay will give you a warning when the chorus is about to come.
I'll show you when to put your hands up for the sometimes.
I've now forgotten the first line. I'm so astounded.
You know
the first line? Okay. Well, here we go. If it seems sometimes that you don't need a but, and other times you do, well, it seems sometimes but could be the tool for you. Some creatures might find they don't really mind when they have to poo. Simply opening up and creating a butt, and that's what they all do. 'Cause it's a sometimes, but there when you need to poo. Sometimes it turns on, and later it's gone. Out like a light when you leave the loo. Yes, it's a sometimes, but that's what some creatures do. It's there when you need it, when you've been feeding, but gone in a flash after you made a poo. It's found on comb jellies, and it could be a clue to how the second hole began to break through. Yes, it's a sometimes, but there when you need to poo. Sometimes it turns on, and later it's gone. Out like a light when you leave the loo. Yes, it's a sometimes, but that's what some creatures do. It's there when you need it, when you've been feeding, but gone in a flash after you made a poo. Yes, it's a sometimes, but sometimes, but
That was so amazing.
it was
It
great.
was so fun to dance with you all.
All right, and that's all we have for you today. Thank you all so much for coming.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We will be outside after the show, so we'd love to meet you all. And we've got some merch, and we have an online shop too if you want things like T-shirts and
Yeah.
mugs and baby onesies.
And if you came up on stage with us, come and get your free notebook. All right, thank you very much.
Little housekeeping, anyone who has a ticket for Girl Tales, if you could just stay in your seats, and we're just going to go down and check your ticket, and then you'll be free to go. But so if you've got a ticket for the last show of the day, just stay in your seat, and we'll get to you. But do go out in the theater, meet Lindsay, meet Marshall. Circle Round is still there, Past and Curious, another podcast, and Smash Boom Best. So thanks for coming.